Hi, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Wonder Snatch. Today's another drag race review and another Chinese New Year look that I'm trying to do, okay? I was really inspired watching this lorry of orange trees run by. We see this all over Singapore during Chinese New Year and I was inspired to make a wig out of it. So today is going to be an orange tree look while I talk about the Night of 1,000 JLos, the Super Teaser Challenge, some tea at Roscoe's, La Ganja Estranja on a pit stop, and we're going to celebrate our Puerto Rican queen that got sent home on a Latina challenge, alright? Okay, and if there's something you want to see, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and all that usual goodies. And I'll see you in a bit. Alright, I'm back. Back at the browser. Gone. Okay, I better get this shirt off. If I get any makeup on this, my boyfriend will kill me. Alright, and of course I've got my notes. Okay, I'm back to paper notes. I've tried so many ways of doing it with using note apps, handwriting stuff on my iPad and my phone, but you know, handwriting is always the best. Alright, so she's a super tease. So they make super teases for the season, which when I heard it was a super tease, I was like, oh thank God, because in the trailer they showed like this clip of RuPaul saying, I don't want to see any more flip-flops, and showing Willow Pill with flip-flops, and I thought, Willow Pill wouldn't do that. So it all makes sense when you realize that they're doing parodies of super teases. Just gonna prime everything now. So today I'll be painting myself green again. I painted myself green many times before. Check out my TikTok if you want to see all my other green looks. It ain't easy being green. Okay, so that's primed all over. Alright, I'm gonna go in with my Athena palette again. Okay, and this time I'm getting some of these greens and some white. Always mix it in with some white so it's not too muddy. Okay, so this Super Tease episode. At the beginning of the episode, they come in to see June Jambalaya's message on the mirror. And June says, you know, thank you for finally giving me a drag family. You know, that really resonated with me because if I ever went on Drag Race, that's the biggest reason I would do it, is to get a community of drag queens who have been through the same experience and we can, you know, swap ideas and learn from each other. I think that would be the biggest reward of going on Drag Race. Okay, so it's a bit of a khaki green, but you know, when we go in the shadows, everything will deepen it up. I really like the brush method. I use my stone method, so it doesn't use so much, it doesn't pick up so much. Because last time when I used the sponge, it absorbs so much of it that, you know, no matter how much you make, you always keep running out. Of course, go in with the highlights first. Make sure if you're doing funny colors and you're going in with your shared things, there's not any, you know, skin-colored stuff on there because that's what's going to make it muddy. So remove all the skin color so it's pure white. Use the 070 to cover the brows as well. So now they're sitting around. Okay, and they're discussing everything. And here they say that Willow Pill has surprised a lot of them. And Cornbread does bring up the whole flip-flop thing, which, you know, adds to the tension about the Super Tease laser about the flip-flops. Okay, highlighted. Now going in with green. And here is when they start this whole thing about Jasmine Kennedy talking too much. There's a lot of emotion for Safe. Okay, she's talking a lot. I think Jasmine Kennedy is just very young and excited to be there and really wants to, you know, fill in all the dead air. And I found it a little bit unfair, Cornbread attacking her like that. Okay, I mean, they tried to cut in everyone else saying how much she talks and everything, and they're glad that Cornbread brought it up. But the way that it develops in the next scene, it was a little bit uncomfortable. Okay, Cornbread was basically putting everyone on their toes, and Jasmine Kennedy had to, you know, walk around on eggshells and everything just to avoid Cornbread's looks, you know. Okay, yeah. So as Bosco puts it later on, you know, Jasmine's like the annoying little sister. Yeah, I think Jasmine Kennedy actually was quite smart, okay, to use this to her advantage to, you know, when she chose the teams, she put herself into Cornbread's team. Okay, that definitely gave her more screen time because she knew that there would be some drama there. And it gave her a chance to do this whole, you know, redeem herself, show that she's learning and everything. So Jasmine Kennedy played this really, really well. Okay, and in Roscoe's, Cornbread does say that, you know, they did talk it over almost immediately. So they didn't really have any beef, and they only showed the first couple of hours when they had the disagreement, but you know, they worked together on the Super Tease for like 12 hours after that, and they were pretty close after that. So yeah, definitely edited to be a bit more than it really was. Moving in towards the center of the face and blending it into the white. Okay, it looks very pastel now. Let's just go back into the actual green to contour. And when they start discussing the super teasers, you know, Georges is a little bit held back. She definitely feels like she's not giving, okay? And I think up to now, she's probably been more of a performance and a look queen. So, you know, when it comes to these things, she didn't have as much confidence as the rest. And Metamorphosis surprised everybody by leading the team really well, coming up with a lot of ideas. Okay, they showed people like really jiving with the ideas and everything. And that's a nice edit for Maddie, I thought. Now I'm just going to use my puff just to blend it all out. Okay, I'm just going to set all this with powder really quickly and I'll be right back. Alright, I've powdered and I've started my eyes. I'm going back with my Wilderness palette, the same palette I used for my Christmas looks. So on top of the green and reds, there's some oranges there that I want to use too. So let's see how far this palette can get me. I'm using the dark color Ivy now to map out my eyes. Okay, I'm trying to go for a Juno Birchy kind of look today. I'm really inspired by this other Instagram friend of mine called Marissa MUA. Okay, she did this really cool Juno Birch kind of a topiary look. So this is gonna be kind of like complimentary to hers, alright? Marissa, if you're seeing this, I really love your work. Go and follow her if you haven't already. Okay, so now they start shooting, okay, and of course they have the judges directing them. It was pretty good. Okay, I mean, I thought they all did really well. I mean, obviously Willow Pill has a lot of experience with sketch comedy and she was quite natural at this. And Dai Betty looks amazing. She drew her eyebrows super crazy here, but she still looks so good. Okay, I really like her outfit with this mullet and everything that she had on the untucked couch. Now, going in with Forest to blend this out. Yeah, a lot of them had pretty nice wigs here. Orion's wigs will look quite good too. And Alyssa made her makeup look so crazy and I thought she looked like Serena Chacha here. I was wondering whether that was shade and I'm wondering why no one brought it up. Okay, she looked a lot like Serena Chacha in this getup. I'm using a whole bunch of brushes that are already stained green from my last green attempt. Okay, and here Carrie Colby, I mean, they were obviously editing it to make her look like she was struggling. Okay, she did say that she couldn't be anything but she wanted to be pretty. I think that was a death knell, okay, for an acting challenge. Okay, for an acting challenge, they want you to be able to look ridiculous and look ugly, but once she said during the thing that whatever it is, make me look pretty, I think that was a little bit of a easy fodder for the editors, okay, because they don't want you to look pretty. As Pangina says, don't be pretty, don't be pretty. Okay, now I'm going in mint. Okay, that was pretty easy. Now I'm just going to use these greens just to contour and everything the rest of my face. Okay, I'm using Forest and Ivy to contour my face. Okay, and then we're now at the mirror moments. And here you can see a lot of makeup styles. Both Carrie and Cornbread shaved their eyebrows. Cornbread in Roscoe's has said that she only started her transition 4 months before going on Drag Race, and that's why she was so emotional because she was getting used to, you know, her new hormone replacements. She hadn't told production about transition yet. I'm going in with a pistachio palette. Some of these lighter greens, I'm using Guilty Pleasure first, almost like a blush to give this a little bit more color here. And one of my favorite words, dimension. Green is not the easiest color to work with. So let's cut that crease. I've got my orange, okay? I'm gonna try to cut my crease with this orange, my basic brights. Oh, and here during the mirror moments, Alyssa Hunter reveals that her father is gay. They came out together to each other and her mother's a pageant winner. So, you know, that is the best combination for a drag queen's parents. Must have been quite amazing growing up and having so much support. Okay, and I guess after that came out, you know, there wasn't very much more interesting things that Alyssa could offer production. So maybe that's why they let her go. Okay, orange in the middle, and I'm going to blend it into a white. This is going to look pretty crazy. Hopefully it'll all come together. And blend that into the orange. I'm going to go in with Taco, which is this white, okay, just to set the inner corner here, so this is brighter. I'm going in with this bright orange in the Lori Tree palette. Okay, recently Juvia's Place has been in some controversy, okay? One of their influencer people that they posted used a very anti-Asian slur while doing, you know, a foxy eye.
Gives me more of like the chick look, I go straight out.
And they got in a big trouble over that, and they came with an apology. That's why I didn't really list any Juvia's Place stuff I used last time, but you know, I think the apology was pretty good. Okay, so I really hope they donate some money to AAPI charities and stuff like that. Okay, and to stop anti-Asian violence. Okay, because all these slurs, minorities in America, they can feel persecuted all they want, but in the end, they're still turning around and persecuting other minorities. Okay, so I think that was quite unfortunate, but they do make really good shadows. Okay, so this really bright orange here to set this. Okay, and I think they have learned their lesson, so I hope they do better. There was a recorded message from J-Lo, okay, looking amazing. J-Lo looks stunning, okay. I think they tried to get her to be a judge, but they couldn't, okay. That's why this is the 3rd episode and they got Lizzo for the 1st episode instead. If not, this Night of 1,000 J-Los would have been the 1st episode. We have to give a big shout out to J-Lo's hair person, Chris Appleton, and her makeup artist, Scott Barnes, okay, because they have made her this really amazing looking woman, okay. You know, I was so inspired by Hustlers a couple of years ago. You know, I was wondering how come they didn't do any J-Lo movies in this. And I think it's because of copyright. Because, you know, Maddie Morphosis posted this cell look of J-Lo, which she brought and they didn't let her use. That's why she did the inauguration thing. So, you know, I don't think they were allowed to do movies. But if they did, I would have done Hustlers, definitely. Okay, big hair and a fur coat. You know, and then sexy stripper stuff underneath. All right, I'm gonna fix up these eyes and I'll be right back. Alright, okay, so there's my orange lid, okay? I'm just going to go into my brows now. I think a really Juno Birch kind of a arch brow like that. All in the wrist. Oh no. That one is much better. Okay, let's try to fix that. Alright, so where was I? Okay, so yeah. Okay, and now it's time for the runway. And the runway, oh, Rue's hair, amazing. This golden honey kind of a thing, and she's got this base thing that she had for the end of season 13. Okay, and then she just stacks this thing on top. Beautiful color, this hair. I thought that was absolutely stunning. Okay, so as usual, make sure the white has no brown stuff. So now it's a night of 1,000 J-Los. Now the standouts for me were definitely Carrie Colby. She wore the original J-Lo Versace dress. Okay, no, well, not the original, the replica that J-Lo wore for the 2020 show. The original one was in the year 2000 for Versace. Okay, there, fixed. My other tops were Angira, looked really good, okay, in this very flapperish kind of a rhinestone hair. And apparently she made that all herself. The only thing is when she turned around, that zipper in the back looked really obvious. Okay, I think she could have tried to hide that better with sequins or something. Maddie Morphosis looked okay. I mean, this is quite a smart look to cover up and everything, to do J-Lo's inauguration look. But, you know, as I said earlier, she had this cell look which would have been amazing, but I don't think they let her use it because of copyright. They really liked Deja Sky's look, which I think was commendable. Deja Sky made everything, and Deja Sky's makeup is really stunning this time. When they showed her doing they had this smoky eye, almost like a Mimi I'm First thing on the mirror moments, I thought her makeup looked really good. I really like Deja Sky's makeup. Okay, so the brows are on. Okay, so before I go in with the rest of my face, I'm going to start my body paint. Okay, George's, I didn't think looked really good. Okay, she wore this like mirror jumpsuit that looked like it came from AliExpress. Okay, I'm really surprised that she wasn't in the bottom this week. Okay, because she really held back and everything during the challenge as well. And Cornbread, although her outfit was nice, she keeps wearing all this really flat hair on the run. The first week already, when she wore that chainmail thing, which looked like Pangina's thing from the promo of UK versus the World, she was told to have some height, but every time she's been on runway, she's been wearing flat hair. I don't know why she has not, stepped that up. Okay, let's release that. Now, painting the body green. I'm going to use my Major Look new green body paint. Okay, this is really good stuff. And Cornbread also was really, as I said, really one note, okay, during the thing. Okay, she just shouted, but she was going for this silky moment where she's just shouting about food and getting food, bringing food from everywhere. But I guess, as I said, they needed levels, okay, they needed to have this journey to be brought on, okay, and Cornbread didn't really give them that. And besides RuPaul's hair, I thought Michelle was wearing quite cute nails, okay, she was wearing these very 80s, very pop art kind of nails. The judges are really starting to turn the party as well. Okay, they're looking really good. Oh yeah, and Maddie Morphosis, she was cut out from quite a lot of the important parts in her teaser, I thought. You know, the whole part where she came out as straight and then they only showed Diabetti reacting to it, and Diabetti got, the punchline, but they didn't show Maddie Morphosis, so I'm just curious about why that was. I have to make these greens kind of look like they're in the same family. Green is quite a difficult color to work with because there's so many different greens. Okay, and green can look a little bit blue sometimes, or a little bit on the yellow side. So, you know, yeah, both Super Teases were actually quite pretty good. I especially liked the one where Willow Pill's group made fun of the untucked tonguing of the straws. You know, I think it all started with Courtney Act or something, because they don't want to get lipstick on their thing, so they're always like tonguing, trying to get the straws in the mouth with their tongue. Okay, I'm just going to finish up painting this off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, I've painted most of my body green, and I've realized that the eyeshadow that I use to contour is a little bit on the blue side. It's a bit too white in the middle, so I'm going to try to, you know, bring that in with a little bit of yellows and oranges as well. But let's go on the under eye first. Okay, so yeah, so that was the runway. Bosco didn't look really good either. I mean, Laganja Estranja did say that she didn't pad, okay? And to do JLo, you have to pad and you have to have really, really big hair. So yeah, I think Bosco didn't look the greatest, okay? And you know, with her makeup and everything, she didn't remind me anything about JLo at all. Using this green. Oh, it makes such a huge difference once you go into the under eye. Okay, yeah, so Andrea wins, okay? I think quite well deserved, okay? She looked quite good and she made it herself. And she has 2 wins on the belt, so she's got this Simone edit going already. She's probably going to be one of the front runners. Willow Pill could easily have won also for this one, but you know, I think they didn't want to give her 2 in a row. And yeah, during the judging, they use a lot of these gorge puns. I think they really should give Gottmik some royalties for all that. During Untucked, as I said, they really gave Maddie props for leading the team well and coming up with a lot of ideas. I really hope to see Maddie start breaking out the shell a little bit more and not look so shell-shocked during the challenges. I think she's good. I think she's got quite a lot more to show. And I have a feeling she's going to be quite a bit of a dark horse here too. Oh yeah, and I wrote here, Deja Sky's smoky eye, big star. I really liked her smoky eye technique here. It works really well with big faces, of which I have. Yeah, and just before they leave for the lip sync, Maddie Morphosis goes up to Alyssa and says and apologizes for not giving her enough time. I thought that was quite sweet of Maddie, but I got so much anxiety when Maddie got in to hug her and press her face against her white pantsuit. That was like, ah! You could see the makeup on Alyssa's lapel after that. A bit of a sabotage, Maddie Morphosis. Alright, and so the lip sync goes on. Carrie Colby and Alyssa Hunter in the bottom. I was quite surprised Carrie Colby didn't really turn it very much. I think Alyssa was definitely giving a lot more levels. They're asking for levels, they gave, and she gave them levels here. But you know, she had this prop malfunction, the money gun, which they made a huge big deal of, which that was probably what sent her packing. And of course, they do this chocolate bar thing again, and RuPaul, it's really, really bad acting. I think RuPaul would fail an acting challenge if she had to do one. Nunes, oh! Like she was so upset that it wasn't a gold bar. And even last week, she looked really ridiculous doing it too. Okay, going in with some bliak. Okay, and yeah, so Alyssa goes home. There's some really weird editing stuff here when she's packing up. You can tell because I have my eyes on her wigs at the back. She's got amazing wigs. Okay, and you know the wigs, sometimes it's full, sometimes it's empty. I thought the jump cuts were really, really awful. So yeah, so Alyssa's gone. They left on quite an upbeat note, and her watch a pack-in was quite good also. She's come to terms with all that, and I think she's going to be quite a fun queen to watch, okay? I think she's got this really exciting Puerto Rican energy. Can't wait to see what she does. But next week's trailer looks really exciting. They have some of the first outs, okay? And Tempest de Jour, James Mansfield, and Komara Hall. I think some of my favorite queens are the first out queens, okay? James Mansfield is such an amazing queen and such an amazing artist as well. I think I want to put in some yellow to this blush, okay? There needs to be some sort of color. So I'm going to go in with my Carnival. Just going to give me some yellow here. If not, it's a bit too stark and white. That warms up the green a little bit. That makes it go a little bit better with orange. Okay, and a little bit of orange as well. I'm using Space Jam from the Beauty Bay Jade Thirlwell palette. Pop it a bit up here. Okay, lips, I think I'm gonna go for red lips to go for the Chinese New Year kind of a... Yeah, I will line my lips with black too. Alright, so just gonna fill in these lips, throw on a lash and some lenses, and I'll be back with the finished look. See ya. Alright, and this is the finished look. I'm an orange tree, orange bush, with a lucky red ribbons all around for Chinese New Year. And I hope you like this video, okay? And who do you think deserved the win this week, and who do you think should have been in the bottom? I really think Willow Pill's on an upward trajectory. I really hope she can keep up this amazing run of hers, okay? And I'm really excited to see what Angera Paris might say. Angera Paris Van Michaels does next. And let's hope that Cornbread and Jasmine can be makeup. Alright, and if you like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And ring that bell for post notifications, alright? See how huge this thing actually is. Alright, I'm going to film a few TikToks. See you next time. Bye and Happy New Year. If you want to see how I made this, I made a whole TikTok about it. Go check it out. Ooh, elbow's not done. Let's just hide those elbows. Alright, check out my other videos. Edit one, cystinosis and diabetes here. The cystinosis one is doing pretty well. Go check it out if you haven't already. See ya.